It's the conclusion of Predictions Week. Today, we're tackling conference champions, the Super Bowl, the MVP, and we unveil my picks, these guys' picks, Greg's picks, and Coach Mangini's.
Oh!
Not here, but he's here in spirit. Awesome. So everyone's is different. You know what's going on. The floor is yours.
All right, so first we will reveal all 14 of my playoff teams. And just keep in mind, America, when you are making your own picks, when you're listening to others, there are certain rules that NFL history tells us must be followed.
Facts.
You must have at least one worst to first. You must have at least 5 new playoff teams. You must have at least one team that everyone thinks is going to be really good that falls off. And as an added bonus, if you can find one of the trendy picks and fade that, that's good too. Worst to first for me, both conferences, the Bengals and the Bears. 5 new playoff teams: Bengals, Jags, Chargers, Bears, Falcons. Falcons are going to be a very popular one. The really good team that falls off, the Philadelphia Eagles. The trendy pick that I'm fading going against, you really have to pick between the Texans or the Packers. They both check those boxes. Last year was the Lions and the Jags. The Jags are the one that you fell off. Unfortunately, sadly, Trevor's terrible injury. For me, the Green Bay Packers. So those are the 7 playoff teams. So what will the conference championship weekend look like? Well, as you can see in the AFC, I'm going with the 7 best quarterbacks in the conference. So for the conference championship weekend, I'm going with the 2 best quarterbacks in each conference. The 2 best quarterbacks in the AFC are Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, and the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFC are Matt Stafford and Caleb Williams. Now, this is a little anticlimactic to a degree because everyone knows I'm picking the Bears. Don't reveal it yet, though. But people don't know who I'm picking in the AFC. They're assuming I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean, this is...
But
if you don't, I'm changing my pick.
People will change the channel.
Can I?
There's no.
May I have a moment?
Sure.
I'm a student of history.
Okay.
The league's been playing for almost 80 years. We don't have 3-time Super Bowl champions.
Not one.
Not in a row, 3 in a row.
Not Super Bowls.
Yeah, we have some 3 NFL champions. Also, have you guys heard me say this is the year for the Bengals multiple times?
Sure.
Have you guys heard me say that I'm worried about Mike Browning it after this year? Have you guys, heard me moderately concerned, I suppose, about Hollywood Brown's injury? About maybe a little, it's a lot of Taylor Swift stuff going on. Bengals, laser focus.
Are they?
You're really
laser
right.
focus.
Didn't we do that yesterday? They're not.
My playoff predictions in the AFC at Arrowhead Stadium. Some people call it Burrowhead Stadium. Chiefs kicked their ass in that whole thing. The Chiefs and Bears, we already know I picked the Bears. And then in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, it's the Spider-Man meme, Patrick Mahomes against Patrick Mahomes 2.0, the original wins. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are, of course, champions. So here are, and as an added bonus, because he's due to win it. It's been a full year since he won it. Patrick Mahomes also going to be league MVP.
Ooh.
So there it is. My playoff teams, Super Bowl MVP, write it in stone. America's most accurate sports prognosticator of 2022 will regain the crown for 2024.
Just say 2023. No one's...
I wasn't, though.
You gave it a
Stolen valor. I'm not going to do that.
You ate for effort.
I'm not going to do that.
All right.
We knew.
Greg, do you have a quick response, or you just want Brou to go because you've got your whole...
Oh, you want me to go?
Nick act like he
Give me the mic. Yeah, you try. You try.
We have
you
to...
try.
The mics are actually in our top.
Yeah.
I'm an independent thinker.
Okay.
A nonconformist. A rebel, if you will.
Wow.
All right?
Okay, because Nick yesterday said you had all the same.
No.
As Vegas,
Nick is going with
chalk.
his rules. You gotta have a last to first. You gotta do the. I'm a rebel. I am going with who I think is going to forget the rules.
So just
all right?
the same
Rules are made to be broken. No, it's not the same. The Bengals were in the playoffs last year. The Falcons were in the playoffs last year. I got some different teams, so those are my. Those are my playoffs.
The Jets.
The Jets. I mean, yeah, my goodness, and I got them winning the division. So those are my playoff picks. But let's get to the real meat of this.
Okay.
The championship round.
I don't know what you're
Call it in the AFC the Ravens' revenge.
Ooh.
All right? Well, I have my purple Jordans. I have my Versace robe. I have my sunglasses, my sandwich, and my soda pop upstairs in my office waiting. I know it's, 5 months from now?
It's an old sandwich.
But they are waiting
soda
for
pop
that
will hold.
Monday after the AFC Championship when I can come in here, kick my feet up because Lamar and the Ravens have gone into Arrowhead. It's going to have to be an Arrowhead.
Oh.
They have gone into Arrowhead and gotten their
What about on
revenge.
the other
So
side?
the Ravens will beat the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl. Now, I know I think Nick thought I was going to go with
shocked.
the Niners. Right. Look, the Niners,
You're a Brock.
they're a good team. I'm a Brock Purdy guy, but I pick with my head, not my heart. I'm a Mahomes guy. I'm the first to ever say it was Jordan Ness to predict this greatness that
Sports
came.
Illustrated,
to
right?
us. Absolutely. Was Grant Cohn write that story?
What?
He might have wrote that. So in the NFC, you see I got the Packers and the Lions. One of them is going to take out the Niners before this game. And this is a tough one because you know I had the Lions winning the division. All right? But the Packers, when you guys won it, you were a wild card. 10 wins. I got the Packers and Jordan Love beating the Detroit Lions.
Wow.
And Jordan Love will follow in the footsteps of Brock Purdy and Joe Burrow and Russell Wilson and all these quarterbacks who have gotten to the Super Bowl in their second season as a starter. And then they will lose to the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl. Look, Lamar is focused. Lamar is urgent. I see optimism. I don't see, him thinking about last year's loss to the Chiefs. He has done nothing but prove everybody wrong, and I think he's going to finally do it this year in the Super Bowl and get that championship.
So
Excellent.
this is, if I may, Brou. Oh, so who's
Oh, here we go.
Sorry.
Look, I think Patrick's going to have a great year. I love that he said last year wasn't fun. I'm sure it's fun winning Super Bowls, but, the regular season, because he couldn't do all the great things he can do. Xavier Worthy obviously has to stay healthy, but I think he's going to be dangerous. And they got to get Hollywood Brown back. He'll probably be back, week 2, week 3. And then it's going to be a show for Patrick Mahomes.
So something, because I was certain the Niners were at least going to be in your Final Four.
Yes.
And potentially, I thought the Ayuk news might have put it over the top.
And Dusty knows I did. It was tough for me to make that decision.
we were waiting.
I almost went for the Niners.
To the point where I was like, can you please get Bruce?
I was scouring, kind of like last year with the Super Bowl.
Something occurred to me before you go, Greg. This is now the second straight year where one of your 2 Super Bowl picks I had missing the playoffs.
Yes.
The last year was the Ravens, and you were more right than I was. Obviously, they didn't make the Super Bowl, but they made it all the way to the conference championship game. This year, it's the Packers, where I think the Packers are, going to be similar to what they were last year in the regular season. Brou is with the Packers. A lot of people are very high on the Packers. That's a compliment, not a slight. But yeah, okay.
Okay, Greg.
All right. So I'm a little smarter than both of you. I have a little bit more experience, so I'm just going to give it to you like this. These are my 7 teams in the AFC and the NFC. It is what it is, and if you notice, I know there's no glitch.
There's no Jacks.
There's no glitch on your screen. I want you to really focus on who's not represented
No Bills.
in the NFC.
No
The
Jags.
NFC?
And the AFC. There's
no
no
Niners.
49ers.
That's-
What is Greg doing? You know what?
Yeah, I'm wondering, what
you know
are
what?
you doing?
Everyone is so bullish on the Niners. And I thought to myself, I really like the Niners. I love that they got Ayuk done. There's just a little bit too much going on right now, and I think Brock Purdy's dealing with that and not going to handle that great. So we'll see. They may be on the outside looking in. I also feel like they're an older team, going to struggle with being healthy all season long. That's why I had to leave them out. You see, I got the Bears in there in the AFC. Yep, I got to respect to the Bears. In the AFC,
Colts.
yes, I had to put the Colts in there. I am a believer in Anthony Richardson. It was tough for me to even put the Dolphins in there because I tickled with your Jags.
Oh.
There might be 3 out of the South, but I was like, I can't
Can
do
I
it.
ask
You had
about
no
the Bills not
Bills,
being
right.
No
there?
Bills.
So that's the one that jumped out to me.
Yeah.
In the AFC.
So here's my deal on the Bills. I just feel like right now with Josh Allen, I don't know if I can trust him to actually be what's needed without all the weapons. I know it was exciting. I know he ended the season very well and strong. However, we haven't seen him with no-name weapons that he has to bring to our TV screen and say he's going to be a player because I'm going to elevate their level of play. I don't know if he can do that this season, and that's why you don't see the Bills.
Okay.
Wow.
All right,
With my Super Bowl
Let's see.
picks,
Who is it? What is it?
we can go with that guy. And if I had my flag, I would put it down here.
Oh, he's gonna do.
Woo! We got
Wow.
the
Okay.
Detroit Lions representing the NFC.
Wow.
CJ.
Wow.
C.J. Stroud and no.
That's why it's your guy.
Now, when somebody is your guy, with C.J. Stroud, you my guy. Clearly,
Why'd you pick Daniel Jones?
I put my flag right there in front of the desk, on top of the desk. C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans take on the Detroit Lions. I really believe in Dan Campbell and what he's going to do. I think they're going to take that jump. I really like the Lions this year. It was tough for me. You took the Packers, so respect there. And then winning the MVP. I mean, come on. Do we need to?
Wow.
C.J. Stroud, he's going to have a year.
Wow. A heck of a year.
I mean,
You know what? L'Jarius Sneed, he still won't be Patrick Mahomes.
You know what? If he does what you said, and obviously he's not Mahomes, does that become a rival for Mahomes?
If he beats him in the playoffs,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, because nobody really has it.
And so you both have a second-year starter. Jordan Love's obviously not a second-year player,
Right.
but a second-year starter in
Right.
the Super Bowl.
We do. You have a rookie.
I do, yeah.
Super Bowl.
Pretty-
So,
excellent job.
thank you.
A lot of parallel thinking between us.
Uh-oh.
Here's my,
Gotta see this.
well, you know what they call me? The straw that stirs the drink.
They do?
Yeah.
I've never heard that attached to
The
you.
Browns?
Oftentimes. Okay, I'll just go from the top. Dolphins. Do I
Wow.
believe in the Dolphins? Yes. Mike McDaniel just got a new deal. We believe in Mike McDaniel. We believe in Tua. Obviously Lamar. Obviously CJ. Obviously Mahomes. Chargers.
That's a good one. You got
I,
some
I
gutsy
believe
picks.
in the vibes. I believe in Harbaugh. I believe in the staff. Browns. You might be thinking, Browns? I don't know. What about the quarterback situation? You tell me. Defense wins championships. They've got a good defense, and I literally saw them go to the playoffs with Joe Flacco. If I came on here last year and be like, you know what, I think the Browns are so good, they could get to the playoffs with Joe Flacco, I'd be laughed out onto 54th Street. But I still believe him. Then the Bills. It was tough for me to leave totally out the Bills, but I don't believe in Joe Burrow because Trey Wingo said the vibes are bad, and as you know, king of vibes. On the NFC side, Cowboys in, Lions in, Bake Show, I'm never leaving you. San Francisco in, oh, I can't quit you. I
This
can't
at
quit
least
you.
is bold, that one.
That's just worst to first. Or
Well, it's not even worse
to
to
something.
Not worse the first.
Worst to playoffs. Yeah.
No, they make it. Some team has to be the weird team.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be the Patriots. It's, although the Titans, we started to flirt with
The
Titans
Commanders could
within
be.
The Commanders are a number one pick, and that we've seen be explosive and get to the playoffs before. Yes. Has he had a weapon in his prime? Well, yeah, DeAndre. But now with Marvin, I think Marvin's going to be great. So yes, I'm rolling with the Cardinals. Got to be a crazy one.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Of course.
All right, so first of all, you have 2 new playoff teams.
Yeah.
That's worse than Brew's 3. 2 new playoff teams. The
Well, but-
Chargers. Am I missing one? The Chargers and the Cardinals.
Chargers and the
Everyone
Cardinals.
else made the playoffs last year, right?
Well, I put
Okay.
the Browns
You
in.
thought the
But no
Browns-
one's
The
taking
Browns
the
made
Browns.
the playoffs.
I know, but no one's taking the Browns
Okay.
this year.
All right, but then, and you have a bold one in the Cardinals. But you have the Bengals missing.
I don't believe in
Entirely.
vibes. I do not believe in the vibes.
Okay.
And
You got
I don't believe in injury-prone quarterbacks.
Okay.
If
All
Joe
right.
Burrow lasts a full year, I think Joe Burrow's skating a little bit. All this Lamar criticism, a lot of Josh Allen criticism. Joe Burrow's like, hey, I got a new haircut. Remember when I was in the Super Bowl and lost? Like, yeah, I remember. I don't like bad vibes.
Okay.
In the Super Bowl,
consistent.
this is when it gets a little bit confusing. But bear with me. Because as you know, I treat my takes like a roulette wheel. Yeah, you can put a chip
Yeah.
here and put a chip that seems to conflict on the other side. Doesn't matter. I'm going to win one of them probably. Super Bowl. Please reveal. 49ers
Wow.
over the
Wow.
Dolphins. And I know what you're
The Dolphins.
I believe in Tua. And I believe in Miami. And I believe they can. I know. Don't say it.
That would be
I
the-
think they're going to have home field for the playoffs. I think they're going to have home field for the playoffs. It'll be nice and toasty. And I know what Chiefs
better
Kingdom is
have
saying.
home field.
Didn't we kick this guy out at Chiefs Kingdom? And then we had to bring him back in. And he's going to be out again. Well, look, as everybody knows, I'm a Mahomes guy. And I'm beloved in Kansas City. They call me Kansas City's favorite adopted son.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Really?
Yeah. Super Bowl MVP.
We picked regular MVP. You're doing
I'm doing Super Bowl MVP and my regular season
Okay.
MVP. Please reveal. Look. I'm not betting against the guy. Do I believe in the Dolphins? Yes, I do. But let's be honest. I pride myself
Only
on
you.
transparency for the show. Do I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl? I do.
Wait, what?
Just listen. The show doesn't work if we all pick the Chiefs, okay? Is that what you want to hear? It's a little entertainment, okay? You want to see my FanDuel account? It might not look exactly the same. But I got to stir it up a little bit. That's why they call me the straw that stirs the
And
drink.
also, Tua Purdy would definitely shatter the record for least arm strength in the Super Bowl. Like,
You know,
I mean,
might
it would
shatter-
be.
That
I
would
mean, I
be
don't.
really
We'd have to go
good.
back
Oh my
in the
God.
archives. Like, I don't even know.
I don't know.
Record probably.
I don't know who you're picking.
Like, he's picking the Niners
He's
to
picking
beat
the
the
Niners.
I am
Dolphins.
100.
No,
Okay.
it looked like you're
Get
picking
right
the
here.
Chiefs.
No, I'm not picking. Put the camera back on me. I'm not picking the Chiefs, right? Nah. If you're in Kansas City, I'm not picking you. I'm not. I'm picking the Dolphins.
All right.
Now it's time for Coach Mangini's picks.
Okay.
Do you want to walk through Coach Mangini's picks? Since I just did a
I
little
don't have them.
Well, they're going to
but-
go on
Oh,
screen.
okay,
Gotta
yes.
freestyle.
All right, great.
Here we
yeah.
go. We can all kind of do it, but go ahead.
Coach Mangini's picks on the screen. All right, so Chiefs, Ravens,
Hey, come on,
Texans,
coach.
Jets, Bengals. Oh, I didn't. Wow, it all got revealed at once. It was too much.
A lot.
I'm just overwhelmed. He's got Lions over Texans with CJ as MVP. Coach Mangini, who famously is late to every train there is,
and I
wants to
say-
be early on the. So now Bru's kicked down to third place. CJ Stroud guy.
It's time for
Brad's
the
first.
It's time for the grand reveal.
Oh.
Remember how I said Coach Mangini was here in spirit?
Yes.
Now that we see it, you're never going to believe it.
Okay.
This thing with the 4 paws and the tail
Yeah.
was actually a lion all along. It's Coach Mangini's pick.
That is a great looking
That's a
lion.
heck of
I
a
don't know if we
lion.
have the right lighting for it, but that is a great looking lion.
Oh, I was supposed to.
Wow.
Oh, I was supposed to
That's
fix
an
his hair.
awesome lion.
Excuse me, his
Fix
mane.
his mane.
Coach's pick, Greg.
I'm not gonna lie,
awesome.
Coach. I know you're here in spirit, but I know you're listening and watching. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not
Oh,
mad
Greg's
at it.
got it. There we go.
I'm not mad at it.
Awesome.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.